So, the last video, although I'm sure that my inbox will be exploding with requests for videos after you see these thrilling installments. Wow, they're all so long too. One's 5.5, one's 4.5. That's like 9 minutes. Oops, that's 10 minutes actually, because I work in an elementary school and yet cannot do rudimentary math apparently. It's like 20 fucking minutes worth of videos. Jesus, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you have to watch this. And now I've forgotten what the topic is, so I'm gonna look at my inbox. Rachel, whose URL is Captain-Stardust, wants me to do Kufrock. As in Kufrock, you take the watch. Except I can't sing, so I don't know why I did that just now. Anyways, I love Kufrock. He's so, like, he's such a brat. One of my favorite comparisons of Kufrock is that, well, in the book, he's, like, compared to, like, Thelamias, whose name I'm sure is a lot more French sounding than I just pronounced it. But he, Hugo compares him to him and then, says, like, essentially, like, but without all the, like, really shitty bits. Because we all know what happened there, don't we? Well, I guess not. If you didn't read the book, which I don't blame you. I love the book, but I also love Victor Hugo so much. And actually, there's a kid in my class who is not my class like in university, but the classroom that I teach in of third graders, is a direct descendant of Victor Hugo. I work with a direct descendant of Victor Hugo 3 days a week, and I would tell you her name, but I feel like I'm not allowed to do that, because she's a minor, and you can't release minors' names. I don't know if that's only in media and like police reports or something, but anyways, she is hashtag confirmed, so, and she adores me, which means Victor Hugo adores me, so I got that going for me, that a 7-year-old girl adores me, and she happens to have Victor Hugo's blood flowing through her veins. Yeah, Kufrock. So I love that about him. And I love how he interacts with Marius. And he's just so, like, warm-hearted. And I, like, it's like, everybody sort of takes this to mean, like, Kufrock is, like, a massive, like, there's probably not a noun, promiscuity, but you can't call a person promiscuous. He's very promiscuous, according to 100% of fanfiction, including my own. So if you ever hear me talking shit, just be like, oh, yeah, podcast black thing. But it's like sometimes I really hate to see that trait, like, made to be so one note as he just, like, is a flirt, because he's so much more than that. He's just like but he's got money, so he's a little spoiled for all that he is, a revolutionary and, like, is fighting for the rights of white men or whatever. Like, there's, like, this really great quote, by somebody whose name I can't remember, but it's in the Combahee River Collective statement, and that's an activist group from the 70s comprised of black lesbians, and in their statement they quote somebody else. Like I said, his name I can't remember, but the quote goes something like, I can't fathom what possible revolutionary interests or whatever white heterosexual men could offer, because they are like the very like embodiment of um, like fucking privilege or something. I don't know, it's like it's a much nicer quote than that, but you know, like, and I mean, there's all this like, you know, Declaration of the Rights of Men or whatever. There was like a female version of that released at the same time, because regardless of the fact that yes, there were women present at the barricade before Andra sent them away. Like, this wasn't like, whatever. I'm really not going to get into that right now. I'm too tired. I'm not going to talk about politics of like Victor Hugo's Les Miserables, because far better people have done that than me. And I just kind of want to talk about Kufrock. And I really don't know how I got on this tangent. I have no idea. Whatever. Kufrock's great. Really, okay. Really, I'm not going to talk about Kufrock. I'm going to talk about Rachel, because Rachel is the Kufrock in my life. She's the Kufrock to the Grantaire fan. And I have this like thing, this like headcanon about Kufrock, in that like, which you could actually read if you read my fanfiction. I wrote this little Kufrock compare drabble in which I sort of like talked about this, but I think that he's really probably very empty inside, and he loves people so much, but he's very sort of like, so much of his affectations and behaviors and reaction, like relations with other people, are really practiced, and really sort of like overdone, because he's genuinely deeply afraid that like he has nothing to offer, and he doesn't have like anything inside of him, which is why he like covers it up with, you know, this sort of attitude, and the way he latches like so hard onto Marius. I don't know. These are like my headcanons. But wow, this video got to be 8 minutes long, and I just don't even know what I said in it. I'm really sorry for these videos, so I'm just gonna stop there. Also, Rachel's coming to visit me in January. I'm over in California. So, you know, if you want to hang out, come to San Francisco.